joining me again. Now I'm back on the hunt for a decent bulb. Now then, I did the review on these not so long ago. These are the Philips Racing Vision. As good as they are, they're really bright, really good vision, great for driving in the dark. They just don't last. 160 hours it's claiming on the packet. I'm banging a set of these in every 4 or 5 weeks. It's garbage. I know I'm driving a lot, I'm using a lot of hours on the road, and I always leave them on. They're on all the time. The van's on, the lights are on. Poor life. And they're not cheap, you know, they're quite expensive, 25, 30 quid a pop. So I'm trying something different. I've seen some good things, I've seen some good reviews, so I've been back on the Amazon and I've gone for these. Now, Easy Eagle, 300% brighter than normal bulbs. These are LED headlight bulbs. I've got 2 sets. So we're going to go for one set for the City Bug going in the Peugeot 107, and I've got another set that's going to go in the T6, the VW Transporter. These Philips Racing Vision, I've been using them in the van, they've been in the Transporter. That's where I spend most of my life. These are keep blowing. I've had enough of them. I'm fed up with changing them. I'm fed up because they're not the easiest to get your hands in and change. Doing my boxing. I'm hoping these are going to have some lifespan to them. And they're going to be bright. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do some befores and afters. We'll do it in the City Bug and we'll do it in the van, and we'll see how we get on. Let's open one up and see what we get in the packet and see what they look like to start with. I'll just crack that off. Good reviews, you know, that I've seen. These come in they're on special at the minute, on sale, £19 a set. So they're not that expensive considering these fellas, you know, 25 in the sale. Retail is like 40 odd quid. I don't know who's paying that, but shop about, you can always get those cheaper. But these ones, like I say, they're I think normally these are about £25. Let's have a look and see what we get. Another reason for going for these, look at them. Well, I'm sure they look slightly different to the picture that I saw. Oh yeah, look. Look at them fellas. So you get the external wire to give you a bit of length on the back. They've actually got little fans inside them. I've just seen that. They've actually got a cooling fan. Oh, focus. They've got a cooling fan inside the base there. And then obviously the bright, they look like cob LEDs. There's one on either side. Another reason why I went for these is because some of the LED bulbs that you get, or that I've seen, these are H4 3-pin plugs. They've got a ring of bulbs all the way around the outside, which completely bugger up the headlight beam. These ones look side with the shade on them as well, so hopefully the beam shouldn't be too different to what it is normally. They look like they've tried to replicate the beam of the H4 bulb rather than just putting a big ring of bulbs and just getting a beam that covers, you know, everything. So, well, not that I know a great deal about bulbs as such, not LED ones anyway. I'm quite impressed with the material. So they feel this is all, you know, quite a nice metal surround. This feels quite substantial. We've got a nice bit of heat shield on there, and the plug looks pretty damn good. So I can't wait to get these in and try them. First impression, I have to say, is they look nice. According to the little sticker there, it's saying they got 6,000 K, 6,000 lumens. Okay, so according to this, these are like 3,500 lumens. Are these going to be twice as bright as that? I don't know. These numbers, they chuck them in there. I can't wait to get them in. I can't wait to get them in and actually give them a go, and we'll see how bright it is. We get a little book. Lifespan, it says on here, 30,000 hours. I take that with a pinch of salt. If they last longer than a month, I'll be happy. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's get him in the let's get him in the car. Let's get him in the van and check out how bright they are. Now, there's not a lot of room on these T6s to get your hands in. The airbox is in the way. It's a bit of a palaver. But we'll get that little cover off the back there. We'll pop the old bulb out, and then we'll get this new one in there. Now, I'm going to try and get this in without separating it from the base. I'll show you in a minute how you actually take these apart. Bit of a numpty. I didn't read the instructions and didn't realise they did actually come apart. And I did manage to get the clip over the back of that, which is quite surprising. It was tight, but it did go, because that fan unit is quite big on the back. We just reconnect those two plugs together, tuck that in the back there, and then put the plastic cover over and clip it back up again. Job's a good one. So that's the T6 done, and there's the bulb in there. So after fitting the LED bulb into the T6 and struggled to get the clip over the fan assembly on the back there, I read the instructions. I probably should have done that before. And it actually says that you can adjust the beam and also separate the bracket from the actual bulb assembler by twisting and rotating the back there. So once it's actually in there, you can set the beam slightly by rotating within the holder, and also if you twist it and pull it, it comes away. So you fit the little bracket assembly there into the light unit, and then insert and twist it, and then you can just slightly tweak the alignment pattern there by turning it. So fitting it into the 107, it might be slightly easier. Like I say, I should have checked that first. But anyway, we live and learn, because, you know, that's what we're here for, and that's why we're putting it on a video. So let's go for getting this into the 107 and see what the difference is. Now, I like a clean car, but I'd like a mucky car as well. Look at that mud splats up the side. How good does that look? So you can see on the headlight beam there, you've got the flat. You've got the flat coming in there, and then a line coming up there. So that's the pattern on both sides. Again, the flat and then the peak there. So let's whip these bulbs out and change them over and see what the difference is. Get that bonnet up. Right, come and have a look. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay, so here we go. Headlamp unit. What you've got here is the electronic adjuster. That rotates it from the wiring inside by clicking out on the switch. And what we need to do is get into the back here. So this little wire here with the 3 prongs on it, that is his headlight bulb. So if you just get my hand down the back there and give that a little wiggle, we should be able to pull that connector plug off just by wiggling it. It might be tight. The bulb will move about in the holder as well, so the whole thing feels a bit strange. But if you just wiggle it gently side to side, there we go, the plug will come off. That's his main headlight plug there. So we'll just move that out of the way for now, and then we can pull the rubber boot off, just literally by giving it a little tug. There it comes. That's the boot there. We can straighten that up again. Is it looking back like something normal? This one has actually got a little tear in it. Not too fussed about a small tear though. Now in the back here, there's a wire that we've got to press. So if I can try and show you that. Tucked away in here. There you go, you see. Now what you've got there, see the wire at the top? What I'm going to do is put my finger in and press that little wire. Yeah, I get you so you can actually see what I'm doing. Let's try that just there maybe. See this wire here, how it's hooked over that little thing there. If I can just get my finger in and press it without disturbing your view. Oh, I don't know how to do it. Push it to the side. that flips back and the bulb can be pulled out. There we go. So what we're also looking at is the probe at the top there. The single one goes to the top and the two closer together go to the bottom. Right, so that's that one out of the way, and then if you look in there you can see what we've got. There's the headlight hole, and this wire thing, this wire retainer, just swings up and will clip over the new bulb, and then you push it in, just push it to the side and it locks in. So let's get that back out again, like that. Okay, let's get the new bulb in. So we'll get that down first. We'll drop that in the light unit. Something along those lines, and then we'll pull up the retainer, which push that all into place. There we go. So that's in nice and tight, and then we can get the new bulb and we'll drop that into the hole in the middle, rotate it around till it goes in there, and then twist it back, and then if I just rotate it round to the side, like that. Try and get it upright as possible, which is just there like that. I think we're in. Okay, now what we'll do is slip the boot over this, get the boot over the wire, feeding it right through like that. So that's nice, a nice seal there. We can then connect the plug back up to that like that, and then we'll pop this boot back onto the headlight unit, tucking that remaining wire inside. Just trying to get this as tidy as possible, really. Something along those lines like that. We don't want that rubbing through on anything, so if I can avoid it actually touching the bodywork, it would be good. I might just pop a cable tie in that just to bring that back a bit like that. But yeah, I'm happy with that. And then if you come down here, look, yeah, there it is, sitting pretty. And I've got it dead level at the minute, so we'll try that. We can always adjust the beam and see what it's like. Let's do the other side. Same thing on this side. It's tight again. This one's fiddler. I can just about get my fingers down onto that plug, but it's quite tight. So I'm trying to get it off and struggling, and I think the best way might be just to pull the rubber boot and the connector plug off in one, which is what I actually do in a minute. There we go. Off it comes. Okay, so I've got the boot and the plug off in one there. It's a bit easy on this side, it's to get the whole thing off in one go, because it is tight. Oops. So if I just pull that out and one hit the whole lot, move that out of the way. Now I can get in at the bulb there. So again, just put my finger in and press the tab. Just move the mounting there, we'll slip that in. When you're putting these in, what you can't see from this side, you can actually look through the headlight lens while you're doing it, and you can see what you're up to. Put the wire thing back up, a little retainer. So in, and the bulb. Put that in and twist it around, straighten it up. Like that. Okay, so there you go, you see the connector plug there, the wires are not rubbing on anything, we're all pretty good. Let's drop the bonnet down. Let's see what we've got. So we'll get it started, and now you can see these new bulbs there, look, so much brighter. That's on the main beam, dip beam, main beam, dip beam. You get the gist of that. This is before, much dimmer. The main beam's not too bad, but the dip beam is a lot darker. So you can see there's a massive difference in how bright they are. There's a massive difference in the brightness. We've got the level line and a fraction up there, again level line and a fraction up there, but there is some light bleed. There's a small light bleed there. It's a really pure light, it's lovely. I'm quite pleased with that because the actual headlight alignment looks the same as what it did on the old bulb. The pattern is a little bit different, but let's get it in the dark and see what it's like. We'll try it at night. The difference between the 107 and the T6 is obviously a lot of time. You know, the T6 is a new vehicle. And on the new vehicle, some do, some don't, but this T6 has got bulb recognition, so it knows whether the bulb's blown, and it gives you a warning light on the dashboard, which can be a problem. Now, when I bought this, I did look on the web page, and it did say that they are compatible with CAN bus systems. No. Doesn't work. Well, the bulb works, and I'm really impressed with the brightness of the bulb in the van, but we've got a couple of issues. The first one being it flickers. This is due to the it's a timer system, which is right, how do we start? How do we describe this? On newer vehicles, they can adjust the brightness of the bulb, or how it works, how it flashes, how it flickers, rather than it being like a straight 12 volt feed into the bulb. It's going through a transistor that is switching the power on and off in milliseconds. You know, it's very, very fast. So to the naked eye, you can't normally see it. So the bulb will just look dim, but in effect, what it's actually doing, it's switching it on and off that many times. It alters that by altering how many times it switches it on and off. Depends on how bright the bulb's going to be, but to our eyes it just looks dimmer. So it's a switching effect that is making bulbs brighter and dimmer. So anyway, this being an LED bulb works completely differently, and this affects all of that on the van. It buggers it all up. So basically the van is now flickering. You can actually see the light flickering when you're looking at it in a static position, and it's really annoying. I mean, it is pretty, yeah, it does your head in. When the bulb's in the car, it sits with that to the top there like that. So it sits in there like that. And as you can see, the reflector, you've got the back one, which is the open filament. That is your headlight bulb. That is the one that's on main beam. So that just distributes light all over the headlight and gives you that massive beam. The one in front of it has got a reflector cup underneath the filament. So no beam, no light from the filament can go downwards. It's being reflected up into the back of the headlight, which then reflects it down to the road. So it's almost like a mirror effect. The light is going up, hitting the back of the headlight, and then refracting down. With this one, when that's in, you can see it's completely different. It's completely different. Now, the one at the front, they've tried to play it with by putting these little scoops underneath. So these are the reflectors. Give me focus. These are the reflectors supposedly reflecting upwards, but they're not really mirror-like. They're more just like blockers. They're not really shiny. So there's not going to be a huge amount of reflection going on there, but all it's relying on is the actual beam of this LED filling and shooting up rather than bouncing and reflecting up. So it's a completely different design. The ones at the back are the main beam, but again you've got, because they're mounted sideways, there's no upward reflection. There's no upward reflection, whereas on the original bulbs you've got that whole thing just sits there with nothing around it, and that light will just reflect up. But that being said, these are flipping bright. They're really bright, and I was well impressed with the main beam. It is really good, really lights up everything. You know, it's incredible what they do. So back inside the car, if you're finding that the beam is a bit high or a bit low and you're getting people giving you grief, I showed you the electric motor at the front there. Now what this does is actually, if we turn this knob, it actually alters the, can go really low, really high, literally just by clicking out on the switch. Put it on 3, it will go right down to the floor. Put it on 1, it will come up to the top. So it's a great way of adjusting that line. If you have got people, if you feel you're a bit bright and you're upsetting the people on the opposite side of the road, we can just drop that down on the button without having to fiddle about and go through the bulbs and twist them, tweak them, whatever. Saves adjusting anything else. It's a great little gadget. That's a real good feature. There we go. Let's have a little conclusion. These Easy Eagle LED bulbs in the City Bug, absolutely stonking. Really good value, really bright, nice pattern. In the T6, no good at all. Absolute garbo. They're bright, but they flickering away, flickering. It looks like you're flashing lights. Yeah, I tried them for a couple of days. Absolutely did me head in. So I've taken them out. But I will be looking for some different ones for that. But for the 107, absolutely brilliant. I'll put all the links in the description for the bulbs off Amazon. So if you want a pair, then just click on the link and it'll take you straight there to the Amazon shop. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, just click me a little like, subscribe, and chuck me some comments in the comment box if you like them. If you've got some that you want me to try, I'd love to know. Drop me some links in, drop me some comments in, and I'll buy a set and we'll do another review. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.